Trending topics, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's find out what social media are talking about this morning. Well, actually, overnight really. And no surprise there, Eskom is sitting right there at the top at number one. And, you know, this is just a really vicious cycle that we're stuck in at the moment. Stage 6 load shedding, but I think from now it's been reduced to stage 4, which is still a very hectic position to be in for anybody. So people are just all talking about it, and there's so many stories that are stemming from the Eskom saga, and you'll see that a lot of our trending topics actually relate to Eskom, and we'll go into those one by one as we go along. But yeah, Eskom stealing the limelight here. Indeed. In every sense of the word.
Stage 6, Pravin Gordhan, and Nomvula Mokonyane, of course, was quoted by the Sunday Times as saying that Luthuli House was kept in the dark about stage 6. So veiled swipes, who knows, you know, but at this point it's now the political opposition that is saying we need another inquiry. And that's our question of the day. So I'm curious to hear what people think about that, and maybe we'll share our views later on. But, you know, this is where it's at with Eskom and the rolling blackout situation.
Yeah, all right. So that's Eskom and lots around it. I mean, I even see Marcelo Coco trending, Brian Molefe trending, Pravin Gordhan trending. It just doesn't stop.
Marcelo Coco said that he would not go back.
I saw that. I was reading that.
And not under the 6th administration.
Yes, yeah.
So, I don't know. That's what he said.
I know, and I can see he's still trending there. So yeah, Marcelo Coco also one of the trending topics, but they're all coming from the Eskom saga. So let's move on to the next one, which is R. Kelly. And wow, this is a story that we've been watching this developing, and finally judgment is now handed down to R. Kelly, who has just been sentenced. Well, it was obviously a couple of hours ago that he was sentenced to 30 years imprisonment in jail for what he, I suppose, has been now accused of and is guilty of basically sexual abuse of women and children, trafficking people between US states over the course of 2 decades. And to quote what the prosecutor said is that he is a prolific sexual predator. And that's kind of the wrap of that story. Gosh.
And you know, you think about what is going on here, the evidence that was led, the women that came forward. It's R. Kelly, it's Bill Cosby, it's Harvey Weinstein, and you just have to wonder, this obviously is not something that's peculiar to the United States and the entertainment industry there. I just wonder if this will really catch on in other parts of the world, and you know, what sort of revelations could come out.
Yeah, I wonder. Quick question, would you listen to his music now?
You know, whenever there's an R. Kelly song that comes on, the thing is, do we still listen to R. Kelly? The music was good. I mean, there's no two ways about it, but I think it's a thing. Like, you almost feel uncomfortable
listening to his music.
Listening to it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you that I have him on any of my playlists, but yes, of course, there are some songs that, you know, are legendary and have been around, and I'm sure people do. But yeah, you know, I suppose that's the conversation. I mean, do you cancel his music? Is that it? Is it over? Do we not listen to R. Kelly anymore?
That's apparently how it goes.
Apparently so. But yeah, I mean, you can't actually listen to it without understanding what was going on behind the scenes and the man behind the music. And that's the thing. It's very hard, very hard.
And it's just like they have their own Rasta there with the drawings. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I'm also not recognizing half of the people there, but anyway. Okay, SANDF and AfriForum are actually linked. So this is a conversation about the patrolling of the borders, remember? So AfriForum are saying that they really do. They want to because of our porous border.
We did an interview with them.
When did you speak to them?
I remember I did this interview.
Yes, of course. Yes,
with AfriForum. We did an interview, and they were explaining what they are doing, what's going on along. They started at the Musina border post, Bait Bridge. So then they were going to roll it out to other border posts as well. So, and of course we had that conversations a few weeks ago already, but now SANDF has come out and said, hey, this is our job. It is our responsibility to secure the country's borders.
Yeah.
And South Africans, or let me say, the Twitterati is like, if you had been doing your job, they would not have to go and do this.
Exactly. And that's the long and short of it. So there's a whole press release that's come out from the SANDF about that in reaction to AfriForum, which is quite a delayed reaction, isn't it? Because as you say, that interview was at least 2 weeks ago.
No, at least 2 weeks ago. I wasn't here last week, so
yes, 3 weeks ago. So, and also AfriForum, also up there, please correct me if I'm wrong, they're also wanting to look or take on the striking Eskom workers. Wasn't there also a story that came out about what Eskom are wanting to do as well with regard to that, saying that, yes, here it is, the SABC are saying that the AfriForum's legal and risk officer, Armand Greyling, says power stations are national key points and the police should have already acted to stop the striking workers' alleged intimidation, and I think that they're going to do something about that as well. So I'm
because
sure.
Their members were not on strike.
Yeah.
When the others were. So that's where all of that is. So those are your trending topics this morning.